Imagine this. Jon Arryn is dead. Robert Baratheon rides north with a storm behind his eyes. And at Winterfell's Great Hall, King Robert makes the offer that will reshape the Seven Kingdoms. Ned, I need you as Hand of the King. But in this reality, Ned Stark says the one word that shatters the future of Westeros: no. What happens next is a timeline darker, deadlier, and far more chaotic than the one we know. This is what really would happen if Ned Stark refused to go south. Robert Baratheon does not take refusals lightly, especially from the one man he trusts. But Ned's reason is ironclad. My place is in the north. My loyalty is to my people. Robert storms out of Winterfell with wounded pride, and this small change redirects the fate of the entire realm. Because with Ned gone, Robert is forced to choose another hand, and he picks the worst possible option, Tywin Lannister. Not because he trusts him, but because Tywin offers stability, gold, and, most importantly, control. And with Tywin as hand, the game begins long before Ned would have ever stepped into King's Landing. Tywin Lannister as hand means one thing. The Lannisters now rule King's Landing from behind the throne. Cersei tightens her grip on Robert. Jaime gains unchecked authority. Littlefinger loses influence. Varys is alarmed. And the first order of business? Silencing anyone who knows the truth about Cersei's children. Remember, Jon Arryn died because he discovered the secret. In this timeline, he never had the chance to warn Ned. So Tywin orders a quiet purge of anyone who investigated the matter. By the time Robert realizes he's surrounded, it's too late. Now back in the north, the Starks believe they've avoided the traps of the south, but fate has a twisted sense of humor. Catelyn still receives the dagger used against Bran. She still rides south to warn someone, but this time she brings the evidence directly to Tywin Lannister. She believes Tywin will help discover the truth. She is wrong. Tywin sees her loyalty as a threat. He detains her, politely, diplomatically, but firmly. Catelyn Stark becomes a Lannister bargaining piece, and the North begins to rumble with war before a single sword is drawn. Without Ned Stark guiding Robert, without anyone honest at court, Robert's hunting accident becomes something much darker. Was it a boar or a dagger in the dark? In this timeline, it does not matter. Robert dies, the kingdom mourns, and Joffrey takes the throne without challenge. Because Ned Stark is not there to expose the truth. Stannis has no evidence. Renly has no support. Joffrey rules unopposed, backed entirely by Tywin Lannister. King's Landing becomes a Lannister fortress. When word reaches Winterfell that Catelyn has been taken, Ned finally breaks. He calls his bannermen. Robb rallies the North. The banners of the direwolf rise higher than ever before. But here's the twist. The North isn't marching to free a prisoner. They're marching out of fury. The North declares independence early, before the War of the Five Kings, before the chaos, and before Jon Snow even learns who he truly is. Tywin now faces a fully united North, with no internal division, no traitors, no split loyalties. Robb Stark becomes the young wolf before war tears his family apart. So what does this alternate history create? A Lannister-dominated King's Landing. A Stark-led North preparing for total war. No White Walkers warning because the Night's Watch loses political attention. No Daenerys invasion, yet. And a realm split in two long before the dragon's return. Ned Stark refusing to go south doesn't save Westeros. It fractures it sooner, faster, and more violently. Sometimes the choices we think save us lead to a future far darker than what we feared.